So you're PCS in Hawaii, you definitely want to explore purchasing a home, but you're not sure what the timeline is, what the playbook is. Should I buy sight unseen? Should I buy and close before I arrive? Or should I just start shopping when I get here? Well, in this video, we're going to discuss basically my best hybrid solution when it comes to timelines, what you can expect in that process, and whether you should be talking to an agent or putting offers in now, or whether you should be waiting. So stick around to get all the details. See you on the other side. All right, guys, so like I mentioned in this video, this is really for my service members who are planning, maybe you don't have your orders yet, but you're planning to be stationed in Hawaii and you're just trying to figure out what is the best timing. When should I be talking to an agent? When should I be looking at properties? When should I be looking at properties virtually? When should I be talking to a lender, getting qualified? When should I be closing on the property? We're going to cover all those details in this video to help you understand when you should do all of these things. Now, before we jump into that, let me quickly introduce myself if this is your first time here. My name is Patrick Longley. I'm a licensed real estate agent out here in Hawaii, and I have been helping service members like yourself for nearly a decade when it comes to all their real estate needs. So if you have any questions about PCSing, buying a home out here, living out here in Hawaii, any questions when it comes to Hawaii, feel free to reach out to me. I've got my contact information right here. You can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms, or what I generally suggest, because a lot of times we're all in different time zones, is there's a link down below where you can book a call specifically with me or one of my team members where we can discuss any questions you have, call it a discovery call where we're really just discovering whether this is a good match for you. So with that being said, feel free to check that link down below to book a call, and let's jump into what this timeline, the playbook to PCSing out here and buying a home remote, or what I'm going to show you, the hybrid solution. Now, before we go into this playbook, there is a couple stipulations and myths I want to bust. I've heard this 1,000 times from certain clients who are like, oh yeah, we've got plenty of time. We're going to be landing there in October. And I know that we only have 30 days, but we can just extend it. My friends told me that you can extend it if you get something under contract. And let me be the first to tell you that these rules have changed. Depending on what branch you're in, I have found that Army, unfortunately, is the worst. So for my Army service members, keep in mind that when you arrive, when you get boots on the ground, your timer starts. And you're going to have 30 days to essentially close on a property. Once you get past those 30 days, you're going to be having to pay out of pocket for the hotel, the Airbnb, or paying for a place that's month to month. So just keep that in mind. Extending is not always an option. So you want to plan for the worst, not the best. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about what the timelines are going to look like and when you should do every aspect of the transaction. So the first question we get is, when should I touch base with an agent like you, Pat? Well, honestly, if you have any idea and you have Hawaii as your top pick and you're pretty sure you're going to be there and you don't even have orders in hand, give me a call. This is the best time for us to just discuss what your options are. I've had clients, just got off the phone with a client today who's coming from Korea and he's 8 months out. Is that too early? Could be, but I actually find it to be better because it allows us to explore the option. It allows us to explore his financial situation. And that's actually good because we can see now how much you're getting paid, whether you have any debts, things that we can remove, cleaning up credit. It gives us time to fix those things now. And then additionally allows us to explore different areas that he'd be interested in so he can keep an eye on it while we're waiting for him to actually get boots on the ground. So it's never too early to speak to an agent like myself to explore what your options are and to put a game plan together, whether it's on the financing side or understanding what areas might fit your wants and needs, or even more importantly, whether buying a home is even a good match for you. So there's no too early to talk to an agent. Feel free to reach out to me, book a call down below with the link, and we would love to chat with you. Now, for whatever reason, let's say after watching this part of the video, you're like, nope, I'm going to wait. I don't want to talk to an agent too soon. I don't even know if I'm going to be stationed there, what have you. That's fine. I would say the worst case scenario, we've helped clients that literally landed yesterday and are shopping today. It's going to be a little bit of a tighter search because they only get 30 to 45 days. But nonetheless, generally, best case scenario, if you're not calling right away, it would be when you're 90 days out. That allows us enough time to have a discussion about your wants and needs, seeing if buying is a good option for you, and then of course link you up with a lender. And that would be the next step, is to link you up with preferably a local lender. I generally suggest staying away from the big banks, especially the mainland banks. The time zones can make it a nightmare to get pre-approvals, get somebody on the phone. It's always best to deal with a local lender. Now we have plenty that we work with, so if you need one, feel free to reach out to us and we'll link you up with somebody. And then of course, you can always compare their rates, cash to close, and things that are important. But at least you have somebody who's on a local timeline, local time zone, when it comes to Hawaii purchases. So 90 days out, generally the best. 60, 30 still works, but 90 is going to be the stress-free time zone that you can utilize where you'll have enough time to kind of link up with the lender, get them the documents that you need. And again, just be stress-free. Now the next timeline is generally between 30 and 60 days is really when you want to start to actually looking at properties, not only virtually, but having your agent look at properties on your behalf. Now, a lot of these properties are going to come and go. The average days on market right now for single family homes is just over about 32 days, condos 45 to 48 days. So you might be looking at a property, you see it today and it's gone tomorrow and you didn't pull the trigger on it. But it's good for you to have your agent actually go look at the properties on your behalf, do a virtual tour, which is what we do for our clients. And generally what we'll do is we'll go up to the property. We'll of course walk through the property, do a video for you. We usually mic ourselves up. And we're actually going to look at not just the inside of the property, but more importantly, the outside of the property and around the neighborhood, because we want to be able to showcase, because we need to be your eyes, ears, and pretty much all your senses, as we don't want to just show you exactly what you already seen in the photos. We want to show you things that you maybe are not seeing in the photos. Like, is there foundational problems? Are we seeing that there's no gutters on the actual roof and those might be creating future foundational issues? Are we seeing that there's a homeless camp across the street? Are we in Eva and there's actually a flight path that goes right over and a plane flies over and shakes the whole house after every 10 minutes? Now that doesn't really actually happen in Eva. A lot of the homes are built for the flight path, but a flight path is something that you will see in Eva, and it's something you wouldn't be aware of unless you live there or unless you're actually there. And that's what we like to do, is we're not showing you the beauty of the home, which we definitely still do, but we kind of focus on the things that you may not see and you need to look for when you're actually at the property. And we're here to protect you. My worst nightmare is you showing up to the property and going, Pat, I didn't know that there's planes to fly over. I didn't know there's a homeless camp across the street. Or I didn't know that the street is super small and there's a bunch of cars everywhere and I can't even walk down the street with my dog. These are the things that we bring to your attention and to be your eyes and ears. But that's usually what we do within the 30 to 60 days of you actually getting boots on the ground. Okay, now when you're about 0 to 30 days out from actually landing, this is really when we want to start putting in offers. Now, the reason why is, again, you're usually only going to get about 30 days. Sometimes you can get up to 60, but we always want to plan for the worst and hope for the best. So when you're about 0 to 30 days out, this is a good time for you to start putting in offers, and I'll tell you why. You've had enough time to see it virtually online. You've had enough time to collaborate with your agent on properties they've actually walked through. You've able to crunch the numbers not only with your lender, but also with your agent, because we like to do a full-on analysis on each property that you're interested in, kind of see what the fair market value is, possibly ARV, after repair value, different opportunities, things of that nature. So we've done all that. And now you're getting ready to actually get boots on the ground, maybe move into your hotel, and doing it within that 0 to 30 days and putting in offers and then they actually get accepted is a huge move, because it helps you facilitate two things. First one, it helps you to lock in a property that you already feel pretty educated with, not only on the area, but the actual property itself, because we actually showed it to you. But additionally, when you get boots on the ground, you're going to be able to go check out the property in person before closing on the property. So you can actually see the neighborhood for yourself, see what the commute feels like, because that's a big important aspect. See if the home is actually what it felt like in the videos or in the photos, because generally if you do it within a certain time frame, usually you're going to have a 30-day close. Usually you could pull out as late as 2.5 to 3 weeks. And if you get here in time, you could see the property, and for whatever reason, it could be something wild. Maybe you're allergic to cats and I didn't smell the cats, but you can feel the cats that were there and your eyes are just itching. You're like, this isn't going to work for me. Then you still can pull out of the house and not be stuck with it if you basically put an offer in too soon. So that's like the sweet spot. Sometimes I have clients that are closing on properties and moving in right when they get here, but something to keep in mind is HHG is probably not going to be here with your stuff, whether it's your car or your actual house or your household goods, usually within about 2 to 3 weeks plus, because sometimes it's longer. So sometimes moving into the house immediately is not always the best, because then you're sleeping on an air mattress. So these are all the different things you want to keep in mind when it comes to the timeline, but that's generally my best hybrid solution, is you're putting in offers about 0 to 30 days of you actually getting out here. Now, what are some of the risks of buying remotely? Well, let's go over those and understand how you can avoid those risks. The first risk is not doing an inspection. Now, you're doing an inspection, you're not going to be here most likely. So how do we do that? Well, we actually, again, we're big on video and getting all of our equipment out there. We'll actually provide you some inspectors that we work with. You can pick one if you want. We'll usually get quotes for our clients so they can pick the most affordable one, but definitely provides still the top-notch service. And we're actually going to mic up that inspector after he's inspected the whole home and have him walk us through the home. And we're going to record him as if you were there. So you can watch it over and over and over again, as well as you'll be provided with a full inspection report. So one of the biggest risks is not getting an inspection. We generally want to do that as soon as possible once we get it under contract. And just keep in mind that we have your back. We will be there on site. We will be filming the inspector as if you were there, as well as call out anything that we see that's in the report that we find is really important for us to maybe have discussion about. The third biggest risk is selecting the wrong neighborhood. Now, again, we always like to provide our personal opinion, even though maybe we shouldn't be, because I don't think we're even allowed to do that, but we'll give you an opinion respectively so on what we think our thoughts are on what you're looking for and what that neighborhood provides. I'll put it that way. And we try to be as honest as possible. Again, my worst nightmare, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I'm selling a property to a client who has no idea of certain neighborhoods. I'm not going to call certain neighborhoods out now on video, but there'll be certain neighborhoods where I might be like, yeah, maybe that's not the best match for your family or what you're looking for. Again, that's not steering, that's just providing guidance or input. And the third biggest risk or mistake you can make is not picking an agent that you truly trust and feel that has your best needs and wants in mind. Again, I cannot stress enough how important that is. Out of this whole process, you really need to have somebody that you truly trust when you're buying sight unseen, because they're being your eyes, ears, and all of your senses when making probably one of the largest purchases of your life. So it's really important that you really feel that person has your best wants and needs in mind, and they're putting them above their own and ensuring that they're setting you up for success and divulging not all the good things, but probably more of the bad things so that you can weigh them out and you're not surprised when you arrive. So just keep that in mind when you are looking to explore utilizing this process. Anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. Again, a lot of my clients buy sight unseen, and generally I try to suggest, if it's within their timeline, that they utilize that hybrid solution that I was mentioning before. But if you guys have any questions about timelines, about PCSing out here, about purchasing sight unseen or purchasing when you're here, anything when it comes to buying real estate or PCSing in Hawaii, feel free to reach out to me. Got my contact information right here, or like I mentioned before, probably the best thing to do is book a call with the link down below to chat with me or my teammates. I'm Patrick Longley. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.